you that will watch this later or whatever, uh, I'm gonna give. I'm gonna do the prologue right now, and then I'm gonna redo it again for anyone who's joining me new. The prologue for Mr. Bensonhurts. Mr. Bensonhurts. There has always been one constant throughout these 45 years of my life. It never mattered. Well, 45, now 59. I wrote this 14 years ago. It never mattered if I was living large or living under an apartment building hallway stairs. I have always been me. Now, most people would say, what the hell does that mean? Of course you have been you, just as I have been me. Let's take a look, and I'm sure you will agree that I have always been me. Which you decide if that's good or bad. Doesn't really matter, because who really gives a shit? As we take this journey through what I call my life, I am sure that you will either sympathize, empathize, become enraged, particularly at some of my stupidity, or shed a tear and a laugh down this roller coaster that has been ridden through my rotation on this ball we call Earth. Before we begin, why don't you sit back, take 2 minutes, and reflect on whatever amount of time you've accomplished, because every day you survive on this planet is another day to be proud of. Motto: woke up breathing, it's a good day. Hey buddy, how are you? I just didn't want to leave blank space early. Usually nobody comes on this quick. So, I appreciate you, boy. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to get started probably at, like I always do, at 2 o'clock, but I figure if any new people come, and they watch it later, because I freaking putting out my own fucking, what do you call it, on TikTok, Instagram, promoting my own fucking thing. So if anybody gets to watch it later, at least there's no dead space. I usually have like 10 minutes of dead space. People get fucking pissed with that. I had one lady, I don't even know her, never seen her before, never seen her again. She fucking complained to me about it. How do you start a live stream and you don't talk? How you doing, John Perseus? Nice to meet you. Jack, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Hope you stick around for the book. I get going at 2 exactly. I read a prayer, and then I go with, we're going to go with probably 3 chapters today and discuss it, or just bullshit, or whatever we're going to do. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, guys. Hopefully, like I said, everybody sticks around. The fucking story gets crazier and crazier as I go. This is the 3rd time I'm reading it. I read it once on TikTok in, what do you call it? Mr. Bensonhurts is my name on there, and I read it in videos, like 3 to 5 minute videos. Thank you. Goldberg. Goldberg? I wish I was as big as him. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Matter of fact, I got a story about Goldberg. If you remind me, I'll tell it real quick. Yeah. Good guy in life. We met him in my son was a big fan of his. I'll give you a quick story about Goldberg. My son was a big fan of his when he was a kid. Really, tiny, when he was 6, 7, whatever he was, 8 at the time. And I have a stepbrother who has one leg. From the knee down, he's got a prosthetic. Long story short, he goes to a signing where Goldberg's going to be. And it's his turn online. And he gets up to Goldberg and he says, could you make it out to my nephew, Ronnie? And he wrote Ronny, I believe, and spelled the name like that. And when Jason, my stepbrother, got it back, he said, oh, you spelled his name wrong. And security said, no, you got, and tried to push him away. And Goldberg told security, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Don't do that. And then he fucking took it back, ripped that one, and signed it, and put the name the right way for my son, which was really cool of him to do. He didn't have to do that. So, it's a Goldberg story. Decent one, but a Goldberg story. You following, Denny, you following WWE now? I love it. I still watch it. I love the storylines. Not all of them. Some of them are stupid, but... Yeah. Wow. It really happened. I'm going to post a phone number. I'm hoping it works today. It didn't work yesterday for some reason. Anybody wants to call in, the number is 954-751-0115. I'll repeat it again, 954-751-0115. I'll try to get you on. If for some reason this thing works once in a while. Yeah, John Cena retired about a month ago, 2 months ago at WrestleMania, wasn't it? Pretty sure. Or it was before that. AJ's retiring. Everybody's going. Fucking Brock Lesnar just left his shit in the ring the other day. Lesnar left it all in the ring. He's retiring. He's done. I was in tears. I couldn't believe I was crying. Yeah, I know. I just said that about Brock. For sure. I felt, it was such a surprise to me that I was like, oh, and I had little tears in my eyes because I was like, no, he can't go out like this. But apparently he is. Maybe I'll have one stream just on WWE night. Get enough people that want to talk about it, I'll talk about anything. I don't care. As long as I got interaction, we're good. We get a couple of phone calls. The book is my main concern, though. So once I start reading, we'll see who sticks around. You would have taken the belt. How you doing, Who Laughs? Cody got it back now. I hope I put this. I gotta do. Oh, excuse me 1 minute. I forgot. If I don't put it on top, all messages, I don't get half the things you guys say. There it is. And let me just make sure. Community automatic chat translation. We're good. All right, we're good. You would have taken the belt, huh? Yeah. You did? Yeah. A lot of people won't admit that. I don't care. It's okay to cry. It's all good. Good for you, Danny. You gotta let it out, man. You hold that shit in, you end up punching people in the face like I used to as a kid. Slam me. Have a good day, Who. God bless. God bless, my friend. What are we running on? 10 more minutes? It's only 10-2. What else is going on out there? I'm going to give you guys well, not yet. I'll wait till 2. I want to do I like to do fucking shit I wrote a long time ago. Poems and shit. I like to get people's reactions. I post them, but people don't fucking comment. I don't get it. I don't know. I look at shit, I comment. I don't get a lot of comments. That's why I think half the people are bots. What else is going on, peoples? Anything? Yeah, we got the prayer, the poem. I don't know if I'm going to read it. Escape is the other one. I read that the other day. And we'll go right to chapter 1. First 2 chapters are really quick anyway. I know, Nina. Thank you. I've been smoking. I'm 60 years old. I've been smoking since I'm 13. I had about 2 years. I took a year off when I was in my 20s. Late 20s, and I stop here and there. But it's a calming factor for me. I'm so used to having something in my hand. It helps. I appreciate you looking out. Thank you. I don't advise it for anyone. Nah, I hear you. But I don't advise it for anyone. It gets to you after a while. My lungs aren't what they used to be. I can't run. I don't have the stamina. That's what goes, your stamina. And believe me, I was an athlete. I still play. I try anyway, but I just can't do it for very long. So, what are you gonna do? Nobody's perfect. I'm working on making life better every day, like we all should be doing. You know? It's all you can try to do is make it better every day. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you, Nina Tran. Good. Should never. And keep those dreams alive. You can do it. You can do anything. Climate temperature's going up. I'm not too worried about that. The earth knows what it's doing. Hey, Relentless. What's up, girl? How are you? Hey, Hot Frank. What's going on? Give you your wrench back. Now you want it back? You told me to take it away from you. Frank, I don't want to do this over and over. I'm going to give it back to you, bro, but keep it. Don't tell me to take it away from you no more. You told me to take it away, dude. Otherwise, I never would have taken it away. I gave it to him. No big deal. Like I said, I think I got 3 of you now, and that's it. Nobody else. Relentless, you keep yours too. I think there's 3 of you. There's Frank, Hot Frank, you Relentless, and Lisa. I think that's it. I don't got nobody else. Like I said, I don't. You guys know what we don't want. We don't want here. We want a nice channel. Yeah, you're keeping yours, girl. Are you kidding me? Oh, by the way, I got. We're gonna try this again. I'm gonna give out the phone number again. I got the thing on. It worked last night. I don't know if it's gonna work today. You listen, Danny. Smoking is weird because there's people that can smoke for a few years and get cancer and drop dead. Then there's people like my mother who's been smoking for 60 years and she's fine. You know, so it depends on the individual. Hot Frank is Frank. The phone number, by the way, is 954-751-0115. If anybody calls, I'll try to answer it. We'll see if we can get it on. It worked last night, like I said. It didn't work yesterday. Scuffed is another Frank, Nina. So that's where we're at. Yeah, I didn't take it. I only took it away from Frank because he asked. No, Nina, you shouldn't be on here if you're 9 years old. You shouldn't be on here at all. This should be on no children. There should be no children in here. I know I put it's not for kids, so. How you doing, Elite? Thank you. I appreciate that, Danny. Good to hear, Elite. Nice to know. Nice to know. Hey, I hope everybody's doing well. That's the whole goal in life, man. Enjoy every day. I'm 60, Elite. I just turned 60 the other day. Unc. It's all good. What do we got? 4 more minutes. I'm going to go right to it. No delay. Said 2 o'clock. I'm going to start at 2. I'm going to bang out probably, I know, Frank, we said maybe 1 chapter. Yeah, no good, Frank. We don't want no kids in here. You know the shit I'm going to talk about. If they really are that young, get rid of them. Seriously. I don't want no children in here. That's all I need. Some parent coming on. You motherfucker, what are you teaching my kid? You motherless fuck. Yes, good use. Yes, definitely. You guys know what to do. I just don't know whether to believe them when they say that. But she seemed a little young. So I'm glad you did that. I'm always glad. I don't care what you... People fuck around, get rid of them. They don't want to be here for the right reason, fuck them. Oh, just so you know, Frank, what's his name is gone. Do not let him back. Relentless, I told you already. Anybody doxes anybody does any of that stupid-ass childish shit, I don't want them here. They're gone forever. Ryan Beans, how are you, my friend? Well, you'd guess wrong, my friend. I don't vote. What do you mean, nice teeth? I don't have any teeth. I got 6. In about a month and a half, come back and tell me nice teeth. 2 months, maybe, hopefully. No, I know you did, Relentless, but no. No second chances. And I got what your concerns were, but Ron don't care. You're going to come and harass me? I'll just keep throwing you out. It's the worst thing you could do to me on here. We're just here trying to have a good time, hopefully get the book going. So, I appreciate it, though, Relentless. That's for damn sure. Hey, Shelly, how are you? Nice to see you here. Glad you showed up. Glad you can make it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm hoping that, because I've been promoting it on all different, on Instagram, TikTok. I've been really promoting it a lot. So hopefully, I know it's mid-afternoon. It's hard for people to, people work, people do this. So hopefully I get to some of them people and they watch it tonight or whatever. That's the goal. Just to get people to watch and give me some comments. People do not leave comments. It's amazing. You guys do, my regulars, but other people, it's like, and I've been looking at the analytics. They watch it. They're watching most of the videos, but nobody says nothing. It's really weird to me. So, all right. It's 1:59. I'm going to read my prayer first, as I always do. Today is, what I realized, too, is because I got the camera facing me so I could see, every time I put something up, it's backwards. Like that. You guys see it backwards. If you watch me shooting pool the other night, it looks like I was shooting with my left hand because the camera is the other way. Fucking weird. All right, here we go. April 27th, Matthew 17:15. Lord, have pity on my son, for he is subject to epileptic seizures and endures great suffering. Reflection is, parents suffer because of the physical, mental, and spiritual wounds of their children. We endure many heartaches and pains during our lives because of those we love. The prayer is, Lord God, help me to bring my children before you each day. Do not let any pain or sorrow be wasted. Heal those I love in their suffering. Glory to God in the highest. Great way to start a show. Great way to start a show. All right. The first thing we're going to do, which I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not, but I'm going to read the prologue again. Amen, Relentless. I'm going to read the prologue again. Only because, like I said, if any new people come and I think they should hear everything. And Frank said to do it, so here we go. The prologue goes, there has always been one constant through these 60 now years of my life. It never mattered if I was living large or living in an apartment building under the stairs in the hallway. I've always been me. Now, most people would say, what the hell does that mean? Of course you have been you, just as I have been me. Well, let's take a look, and I'm sure you'll agree that I've always been me, which you decide if that's good or bad. Doesn't matter, because really, in reality, 99% of the people don't really give a shit anyway. As we take this journey through what I call my life, I am sure you will either sympathize, empathize, become enraged, particularly at some of my stupidity, or shed a tear and a laugh down this roller coaster that has been ridden through my rotation on this ball we call Earth. Before we begin, why don't you sit back, take 2 minutes, and reflect on whatever amount of time you've accomplished, because every day you survive on this planet is another day to be proud of. My motto, woke up breathing. It's a good day. That's the prologue. Pretty good. I think that covers a lot for me. Usually I don't discuss these things, but What do you guys? I need feedback. If you were listening, what do you think of that? I'll wait before I go to the first chapter. Boom, boom, boom. Anybody? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Relentless. Appreciate. Okay. All right. The first two chapters are really quick. It's really just an opening for the rest of the book. I guess you guys noticed already. But we're going to start, and here we go. Chapter 1. Knock, knock, who's there? That's the name of it. I remember I told you guys, if you remember the name of the chapter as I read, and the title always goes along with something in the chapter. I can remember as far back as being 3 years old, in my mother's arms, in the bathroom. She was sitting on the floor, huddled between the toilet bowl and the bathtub. No, this was not a usual routine, nor was her brain chemically imbalanced. She was scared to death and crying, and she had every right to be doing exactly that. My stepfather was pounding on the door, wanting to get in so he could beat the crap out of her. While in tears and fear trembling throughout her body, I can remember her whispering words in my ear. They were an attempt to comfort me. She kept saying, not to worry, everything will be fine, and that I was a little man. After several punches at the door and 2 good kicks, the door hinge gave way, and eventually he got in. Very gently, he picked me up, put me outside the doorway to the bathroom. He then escorted me to my room, gave me a kiss on my forehead, and said that I should play in my room. That's what I did. Because when John spoke, you listened. Once he left me, he then proceeded back to the bathroom where Mommy, that was her name back then, was in the same spot, crying and begging him to leave her alone. He then proceeded to punch her around. He beat on her for a few minutes, knocking out her 2 front teeth and leaving bruises on her arms, face, and legs. After all was said and done, Mommy, as soon as the beating was over, came into my room trying not to cry. Once again, trying to comfort me. She picked me up in her arms, put her lips close to my ear, and in the most loving way she could, she repeated the words she said a little while before. Everything is going to be okay. You are my little man. Those words would be spoken many more times by Mom because of John and our living situation. Let's step back a minute and tell you how Mom and I ended up where we were. That's chapter 1. Yeah, much clearer, right, Frank? I'm trying to slow it down, get to it a little bit. God bless my mother in more ways than one, Relentless. She's been, if I continue, I could write a whole book just about her, what she went through in her life. So, yeah. It's one of the things that's missing in this book is more about Mom and Dad and my step parents as we went, and those relatives from the steps. I mean, I left out so much when it came to do with all that. What I really was focused on in this book mainly was me. It's all about stories and crazy shit, and but if I ever expanded it, which it should be, there is so much more with the family because they were all fucking lunatics. All right, I'll have to check. I try to trust her judgment, but Ant was banned. Ant should have been banned from yesterday, I believe. Wasn't he? Didn't he do something yesterday or the other night when I was fucking drinking? Him and the other one, him and Ghost, was starting shit. So I got no problem with that. I really don't. I don't want people on here starting shit. So if you start shit, I'll give him another chance. Relentless, what do you think? Ah, good. Thank you, girl. I believe you. I don't believe anybody else. Appreciate. Move on. Done. It's over. It's over. It don't matter. He's not banned. Nobody banned him. So, well, whatever. I didn't ban nobody. Nobody got banned on here. And if they did get banned, tell them to call me and I'll bring them back up and I'll find out who's banned. Because I didn't ban nobody. I banned one guy. One person. Nobody's here to fix nothing. Time for me to move on. Don't worry about it, Relentless. I'm not worried about it. This is what that people come in and try to do. They want to start shit. I'm not playing into the game. I don't want to play. So, God bless everybody. I didn't ban nobody. One person is banned because I went back in the thing and I looked and I saw what I didn't like. So they're gone. I'm not sweating it. Frank, don't worry about it, buddy. We're good. I'm going to go to chapter 2 now. The beginning. This is obviously right after chapter 1. For those of you that don't know that. The year was 1964, I believe, when Mom met my father. She was a teenager. She fell head over heels for him. He stood 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, and confidence pouring out of every inch of his body. Mom was a 5'7" brunette who had some figure and love in her eyes. When they met, it was love at first sight for both of them. It was early January 1965, I believe. This was Brooklyn, New York in the winter season. At that time, both of them were attending Lafayette High School. Lafayette was in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Both were in their junior years. Both had grown up in the same neighborhood, but had never met. They met for the first time in junior high in Lafayette. They were introduced by one of Mom's friends, and both had been dabbling in drug use. Once they started dating, there was no one who was going to separate them from what they believed was true and undeniable love. That's chapter 2. Pretty quick. Pretty quick. We're good, Relentless. All right. Now, I could go on with the next one to chapter 3, which is the last one I wanted to do today. But I got to give... See, I don't have it in here. I lost the paper. So we're going to go like this. After Mom and Dad, I'm going to just give what's going on with them. They get married. They have me in 66, April. Within a year, they're broken up. And here's what the final straw was. My dad never stopped getting high on pills and drugs and stuff the whole time they were married. Mom, because she was pregnant, still smoked weed, but stopped doing pills and stuff. My dad was a sexually active man all his life, and all he wanted to do was screw as many women as he could. And the drugs made it so much easier. So anyway, one night, this is the story I got from Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad, I was about a year old, and Mom was on her way out the door. But my dad had this thing he used to do with his friends. If the blinds on the window, if they were open, it meant that it's okay to come in. You know, knock on the door, she's not home, my wife's not here. If they were closed, it meant my wife is home, go away. Well, this day my mother leaves the house and she goes out and my father opens the blinds and poof, all of a sudden within 20 minutes he's got his friend James and 2 broads there. He goes in the bedroom with one of them, and James and the other girl leave. My mother comes home early, opens the door and walks in, and there's my father on the bed, screwing her best friend. Come to what you think would happen, what happened, big argument. I always assumed, and this is my own interpretation, that it went something like this. My mother came in the door and she said to me, because my father was sarcastically funny, my mother says to my father, "What are you doing? Are you fucking nuts?" And she sees her best friend there. And she screams out, "You're in there with my best friend?" And my father's response probably was something to the effect of, "Loretta, she came to visit you. I didn't want to be a bad host." That would be my father. Anyway, they broke up, and that was the end of that. And I didn't see my father for, well, I don't remember being 2 and I seen him, but years later. So that's where we're at. Yeah, her best friend. So I thought about it when I wrote the book, and I said, when my mother told me the story, as a matter of fact, I said, "Ma, you still call her your best friend?" I don't think she was ever your friend. So after them breaking up, my mom, who now, she's a single mother with just me, she needs a place to live. So she moves to her mother's house. Her mom owns a 4-family brick house where I'm going to get to that now, which I'm going to go right now with it's called Mom's Family. So we move into that, one of the apartments in her home. All right, this is called Mom's Family. Let us start with Mom's mom. Mama. M-O-M-M-A. That's what we called her. Mama. So you got to remember, Mama is my mother's mother. Mama was a school teacher who worked with, I don't know how else to say it, slow children. Mentally challenged. Even better. She was nothing like my other grandmother. She was more serious and really had no time for us kids. Matter of fact, she mostly complained about whatever me and my cousins were doing around the house. We used to play one game, and I used to love this game. She hated it. We called it Witch. My cousin Michelle was the witch. We had my cousin Michelle, who was 1 year older than me. My cousin Louis was 2 years older than me. And from the moment I moved into that building, I was with them every day for the next, into that house, into that home for 15 years. Me and my cousin Louis were like inseparable for like 11. So anyway, this is when we were about between 8 and 10 years old. We used to play the game called Witch. My cousin Michelle was the witch. She would chase Louis and me all around the house. We would run from the back of the basement all the way up to the top of the ladder that led to the roof. Nowhere was off limits when you were trying to get away from the witch. Well, it turned out that in this case, Mama was right. We shouldn't have been running from top to bottom. You see, the stairs that led from downstairs to upstairs were steep. I would say there were about 20 to 25 steps. There was a banister that you could hold on to as you went down. Thing was, you could also sit on the banister and slide down. That was a lot faster. Between the banister and the walkway for upstairs, there was about 2 feet gap. The drop to the ground had to be at least 15 to 18 feet. One day, the 3 of us come shooting out of Mama's house, which was right in the back on the 2nd floor. First me, then Louis, then the witch. So I run to the stairs, which you got to go down this way and you make a quick turn and you got to hop right onto the stairs as you're spinning. I swung around so that I'm in position to sit right on top of the banister and go. Just like that, I'm already halfway down the banister. When Louis reaches the top, he does the same swing. And as he's hopping on the banister, he yells, "You're never gonna catch me!" And that's all he got out. That's as far as he got. When he and I both realized he was now falling. He misread the distance to get on the banister and flew right over it. He fell straight on his back to the floor. Well, I jump off the banister at the bottom. I run over and I ask if he's all right. He was crying like a baby who just took a dump and it stinks real bad. So out of nowhere, what to ex- so out of knowing what to expect when the grown-ups come running out of the doors, I started whining and telling my cousin, please tell them it wasn't my fault. I didn't want no ass whooping because he was careless. Anyway, he was fine, and the witch was then confined to outdoors. Getting back to Mama, I guess we just really never got to know her. She never really went out of her way to play with us. Her husband, my grandfather Rocky, as a child, I never really knew much about him. I knew that he was hardly ever home and that he was a cab driver. He was usually around when we would have a block party or some kind of family gathering such as Christmas, Thanksgiving, or Easter. Rocky and Kay, that's Mama, separated and then got divorced when I was around 9 years old. I would learn a lot more about Rocky later in life, and so will you. Rocky was a gambler. He loved betting on sports, and especially loved horse racing, which is where I think I got my love of it from. Also in the house downstairs was great-grandma May. We called her Nanny. She was Mama's mother. Nanny was probably in her 90s from when I was 5 until she passed away when I was 21. Not really sure how she died, but it was sometime around there, or when she died. She was a sweet woman who had a real nasty streak in her. This could also have been just from being a cranky old lady. She lived off her Social Security checks and was the real owner of the house. Although, the rents that were being paid from the other 3 apartments never went to Nanny. They always went to Mama. I guess she used it to pay the bills to the house, and who knows what else. I have no idea. But that's that side of the family. And that's chapter 3. I had made a note somewhere that I wanted to do something after chapter 3. Oh, show how Mom and Dad broke up. I did that. All right. Well, I'm going to end there on the book for today. Yeah, good. What'd I do? 20 minutes, a half hour? I can't see the time. Something like that. So, yeah, Doc Honey, quick and deep. If you're talking about the book, that's what I'm looking for. That's the whole thing. That's the whole idea. Quick, to the point. No distractions in there. I don't talk about the green grass and the other things that are going on. I just go right to everything going on in the book. So, you know. No problem, Shelley. I love doing it. I do it more because I want the feedback. I want the, hey, Ron, you missed this. This wasn't in there. What about this, Ron? Hey, you talked about so-and-so, but you never brought it back. What happened to them? That's the stuff. See, that's what makes a good book. If you're willing to ask those questions and get, wow, that's what I'm looking for. That's the only way this thing's ever going to be any good. One of the things I realized, and the only reason I'm doing it now is because when I first wrote it 14 years ago, because I realized that, because I said, if you read the papers, it says when I was 45. So I wrote this shit 15 years ago. And when I originally did it, I sent it to different people. Not the whole thing, chapters. Some in the beginning, some middle, some end. But I sent chapters everywhere. And the biggest thing I kept getting back is they wanted to know what happens next, or how did you get to that point? So that's what I'm trying to accomplish. Not that I'll ever get there on here, but that's the goal. So, after I read it, now I sit here, I'm like, it's pretty boring. Pretty fucking boring just sitting here. Can't go drinking again. I just did that. That'll wait about 6 months. Well, as long as you guys are enjoying it, that's what matters to me. The questions will come later. You keep reading, Frank? You told me to go slow this time around. All right. I'll go to chapter 4. No problem. Sounds good to me. As long as people are interested, I'll do it. Where am I? Chapter 4. All right. Now, remember, we're going to go right back to where we were. I appreciate that, Relentless. We're going to go back. Remember where we just left off? I always do that because I think if you're not sure where we left off, Mom split up. She's now been on her own a little while. We've been in my grandmother's house. I'm probably about a year passes, a year and a half, something like that. I'm probably now about three, close to it, 3.5, 4, 3. No, I was 3 when that shit happened with John. So, well, we didn't get there yet. So, did I? Yeah, with John, we already did that. Wait a minute. What the hell? I'm really losing my mind sometimes. I don't know where I am. Give me a second. I don't even remember what the fuck I just read. How's that? Scary. Scary! Alright. I got too many papers all over the place here. The fuck is going on? Ron, get your shit together. Where's Red? Come on, fuckface. That's what he told me. Get your shit together, Ron. All right. Okay, I left off with Mom's family, right? That's where we left off? So we were good. I know where we are now. I'm good. That's Streetwater Races, Escape. All right. Here we go. And here we go. The next chapter is called Step 1. See how it's written? Step-1. Yeah, I need to get organized. If I ever get my own fucking place, I will get organized. Anyway, don't get me started, Shelly. Don't get me started. All right. Step 1. Enough time had passed that Mom was ready to move on with her life. She met a man. His name was John Conforti. He was about 5'7", a well-built, handsome, blue-eyed man. Tom had a subtle, some would say quiet, way of carrying himself. When he spoke, he grabbed your attention. He was able to get your attention because he chose his times to speak carefully and spoke with such confidence that if he were a salesman, you would buy whatever he was selling, even if you had no use for it. He was not a very social man. Therefore, most times, he did not speak at all. With his looks and quiet charm, Mom never stood a chance. Don't think she really knew much about him, but she knew he was a real man. Well, her version of what a real man was. And he would take care of us. I do not know how he made his income at that time. Within a year, they, were married. John held her way up on a pedestal and showed her off every chance he got. She loved every minute of it, not knowing what she got herself into. That's a short one, too. I thought there was more pages to it, but that's all I wrote about that. All right. Yep. All right. The next one is chapter 5. Be careful what you ask for. Mom and John got married after dating for about... Wait, sorry. Oh, here it is. My bad. I went for a minute. Mom and John got married after dating for about a year, and John moved into our apartment. We were still living in Mama's house. Mama lived upstairs. We lived right across the hall from her. Downstairs was my cousins, and in the other apartment in the front was Nanny. I had met him several times before they decided to get married. He always made time to play with me before I would go to sleep, and he took me along whenever he and Mom would go out during the day. Mom's family also liked John. He was always respectful, and always willing to lend a hand if Mama needed something fixed around the house. When I was about 4.5, just like saying that half thing, all kids do, I guess playing alone was getting tiresome. I started asking Mom and John if I could have a little brother. Now, in my eyes, at the time, a brother, as soon as I got one, would be someone to play with. I could share my toys, and I would always have someone around to be with. I guess they were good listeners, because when I was 4.5, voila, I had a brother. Before he was born, Mom kept telling me, "It won't be long, your brother will be here soon." I just could not wait to have my new play pal around. Although, when she used to make me feel her belly and would tell me that my brother is in there, it was kind of confusing. I mean, how was my play pal in her stomach? When they came home from the hospital, it was not at all what I expected. It was a tiny, tiny baby. He couldn't play, color, or anything. What a huge disappointment. Matter of fact, they wouldn't even let me hold him. Wow. If I knew it was going to be like this, I would have told them, "Forget the brother, get me a big wheels." John had one major flaw that no one knew about. He thought Mom was the clown that used to blow up and punch around when you were young, which takes me back to my earliest memory. You remember, huddled between the tub and the toilet bowl? Maybe that incident would have not been so bad had it been an isolated incident, but it wasn't. It would become an ongoing event, kind of like the morning rush hour. There never seems to be an end in sight. Like the Energizer Bunny, it goes on and on and on. John wanted a wife who was like his mother, that old Italian wife from the early 1900s who said, "Yes, dear," and always did exactly what their husband said. She was to have no opinion on any subject. If she did have an opinion, it was to be shared in private amongst the two of them. The husband would have the final say. She was to stay at home, mend socks, clean house, and do laundry, and make spaghetti and meatballs on Sunday with her special sauce. Mom was young, and it was almost the 1970s. She was about 20 years old and had other ideas which she had to keep to herself. Well, she was 22 at the time. And that's chapter 5. Shall I roll? John was Italian. Yes, good question. John wasn't just Italian. And I'm going to get into it a little bit when I talk about, the next chapter is in-laws. And I'm talking about them. Yeah, I should read it then, if that was the question, because you'll find out exactly what John was and what his family was about. So I'm going to go on in 1 second. Chapter 6 is only 2 pages. But it's very interesting stuff because it tells you what kind of person he was. Gravy, not sauce. It's called sauce. Where I come from, the Italians. You're making your sauce on Sunday, not gravy. All right, this is called in-laws. Just so now you'll find out what kind of fucking piece of shit they were, or good people. We'll see. John's parents had a house in Shirley, Long Island. Back then, that was prestigious to have a home, especially where they were. It was huge. The land. Anyway, here we go. The property was very large, and the house was centered in the middle. When you drove up to the gates of the driveway and were about to pull in, this is what you saw. The driveway was about 10 feet wide and about 30 to 40 yards in length. To the right was another 20 to 40 to 50 yards until the end of the property. To the left was another 40 to 50 yards until the property line. There was a garage at the end of the driveway. 8 feet from the side entrance to the garage was their pool. It was an above ground, 6-foot round pool. It was a nice piece of property. He came from a very large Italian family. His mother and father were very traditional. What I mean by this is, his mother took care of the house, did the laundry, the cooking, and took care of the children. While his father, we will call him step-grandpa, was supposed to be the provider, the man of the house. Step-grandpa, he definitely was the man. Not only in his house, but he also was well respected by some not-so-savory people. What his involvement was, I'm not positive of, but let's just say he was a big fish in a small pond. I like that analogy. Being all of about 5 at the time, I mostly remember sitting on old step-grandpa's lap and him bouncing me up and down on his knee while humming something or another. I thought to myself back then, wow, this guy is great. Now we have step-grandpa being the man on 2 different occasions. He was also the man in the sack, it appears. He and step-grandma, I believe, had 12 or 13 children. John, I believe, was the 3rd oldest. He had about 9 or 10 brothers and 2 sisters. I really don't remember the exact amount, but you get the idea. Out of all of them, John was step-grandpa's favorite. He had high aspirations for his son in the mafia. Not that they were ever met. For the most part, John was a good father to me. He hit me only once, because after that, I was too scared to make a mistake. I didn't want to feel that pain in my ass ever again. Not sure what I did, but he smacked me so hard in my ass that I couldn't sit for 2 days. He did instill certain traits in me that, like, to think before I act. Too bad I didn't always do that. One thing he used to say to me, and this really stuck to me back then, and it affected my whole adolescence. Children should be seen and not heard. Well, after that smack in the ass I received, I did not want to be seen, heard, or even thought of in a negative way. And that's that. "13 children, yeah. And the best part of it is, I think out of all of the 13 kids, if I know for a fact when I was younger, in my 30s, that the majority of them, I think 1 or 2 of them turned out to be what we would consider good people. And a vampire? Well, then we got to change it to fiction, Frank. We're trying to stay with reality, with true shit. But the stories I have from that side of the family are just as bad as all the other ones. So, yeah. All right, we went further than I wanted to today, but that's a good thing. What time we got, guys? Let me just... Oh, we got plenty of time. We get a vampire. Well, all I got to do is go like this. There's your vampire picture, Frank. How's that? Some of that brown shit from smoking. Thank you, Shelly. I tried. I'm trying to make you guys laugh, man. We got to get some funny shit going on around here. My little jokes in the book, you don't get it. You get them if you read it. Although it hasn't been too much yet. Let's see if I can put everything back in order over here for now. Oh, I got something I wanted you to hear. And I'm doing it whether you like it or not. I wrote this. I'm a deep guy. And I write a lot of shit. Look at the paper. It's so, you can't tell, but it's faded. That's how long ago I wrote this. I think I wrote this in the 1980. 88 when I was in the program. Something like that. I'm all screwed up here. Nothing's in order anymore. I gotta fix it later. And back and ground. I love counting. One prostitute. Two pimps. Three excitables. I love counting. I wrote this, guys. It's called Understand. And I read it earlier before I came on, and I thought to myself, there's a lot of people that think like this. So let me know what you think. It goes, it seems like all the time these feelings occur. The hurt, the pain, the wanting of love. And though I don't want it to be this way, it seems everything I give, someone tries to take away. I look to you for help. My approach may vary from time to time because I don't feel in the right state of mind. Each time you turn me away with the little things you do and say, I don't understand. And I wonder, do you understand? The world could end so quick and fast. So I always wonder how long this will last. This lack of understanding that seems to be in the way of all the things you and I say. So for now, we will have to talk real slow and try to communicate what we both know. It is not easy. Oh, it is not going to be easy, you see, because sometimes I feel no one understands me. Let's do our best to make this work. I'm so tired of feeling like a jerk. You love me, and I love you. Let's keep going and see what we can do. Pretty deep. I'm a deep man. I'm a deep man. Deep. Deep, deep. Cheap, cheap, cheap. No, I'm not cheap, but I'm definitely deep. All right. I'm good. That's it for today. I don't want to read no more. I'm tired. My eyes hurt. Either we just sit and chat for 20 more minutes, see what's going on around the world, talk about what I read already. Any questions, any answers, any bones, any bogs, any days, any dogs. I made promises I got to keep today, so we're going to play basketball, ride the bike, and handball. That's my afternoon. I guess you're all jealous. Don't you wish you could go do those things? Thank you, Rizza. I appreciate it. But I think I'm a great storyteller only because it's actual, real stuff that happened to me. So I'm able to go back in that moment. And I you know what, Frank? You know what I was thinking? I like the idea of book club, bro. I'm thinking of, I know a couple of really good books that I've read that I would read on here again. One of them is called, anybody ever read The Shack? It's called The Shack by Patterson, I believe. I read it twice in jail. I read a bunch of books in jail. I read a book in jail in 2000 and something, 2, maybe 3. Yeah, I would read. If you guys want to, that's a great idea. I would love to do that after I do mine. That would be awesome. I don't know how many people would care or do it. Yo, T-Ray, what up? But I would do it. I like reading. Reading is fundamental. You can have fun and be fucking mental. All at the same time. Yeah, I like that idea. T-Ray, it's not, I don't have it published yet. You can only get it on here. Right here, baby. Live every day. Or, if you can't be here for 2 to 3, you can go back and watch it later. I post every one of them. I'm trying to keep the beginning of the... I realize that... And Frank, I got to stop doing this, so you got to correct me, buddy. I realize that every time I come on, the beginnings of the videos, there's nothing happening. So any new people, they're not going to want to sift through that shit. So I got to go right to reading like I did today. I mean, today I started with the prologue immediately because just to get... Anybody turns it on, they're going to turn away. I would turn away if I went to somebody's stream and they're fucking just, it's nothing there. I got to go search to find you. That's stupid. It's my fault. I should be getting on at 2 o'clock. Me too, Frank. We're working it out, buddy. That's how we do this. We communicate. And you fucking listen to understand, you motherfucker. Come on now. We're working it out. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Really. Anybody here think I know what I'm doing? If you do, I appreciate it. Oh shit. Oh, you know, see how burnt I am? I just went like this, looking for my phone. It's right there. It's in front of me. Fucking schmuck. Ugh. Getting old. Getting gray. All right. Where we at? Good question. I wasn't there, so I'm not concerned. I'm glad you guys showed up. Oh, what I wanted to see. Yeah. Oh, shit, really? Oh, good. As soon as I get off, I got to go on my TikTok. I think a whole bunch of people just went on TikTok because of my last post. No, I should have left that up. I could shut this off. Ain't no phone calls coming. No calling in now. I'm shutting down. Even though nobody called already. Better no phone calls. I like it that way. Appreciate Shelly. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day, Shelly. God bless. It was that funny, Frank? Maybe I'll go watch it. Nah. Probably not. Yeah, you're welcome. Every day of the week, twice on Tuesdays. That's the way it goes. Oh, you know what I wanted to... Who was I telling? Where is it? It's in here, I believe. For those of you who were with us the other day, and I said I was a minister, and I think a couple of people didn't believe me. It's a little beat up from traveling and everything, but yeah, see? That's me. Can you see it? When was this? 2015, I believe. Yep. 2015, long time ago. What is this? Let's see what we got here. Oh, no, this was something I wrote when I first went in the program. Not very good. Not very good at all. Ooh, I was baptized in May 1966. Good to know. What else is up? Yeah, I'm boring now, people. So don't mind me. Anyway. Wow. My fucking mod. I'm the GOAT, bro. Fuck, bro. I can't even keep a serious face with that. Oh, we got douchebags. I wouldn't mind being a douchebag. I'll clean pussies. Excuse me, ladies. You want to? When people used to tell me I'm a motherfucker when I was young, I used to tell them, "Yeah, it's your mother I'm fucking." They call me a jerk off. I say, "Why would you want to jerk me off?" I was so stupid. Oh, I was so stupid. The shit I used to say. I had to come back for everything. Not that anybody gives a fuck. Oh man, that's funny shit. I want to get out of here for a while, but I can't do nothing now because my grandson's coming home soon. This sucks. Wise guy, eh? Very good, Rizza. Yeah, I used to say some dumbass shit. I had a response to anything anybody said to me. Just to be a dick. It's just how I was. You guys should all get along. Oh, dude. Why didn't I what? I was 5 years old. What was I supposed to do? 4.5? 5? My brother was born when I was 4.5. Poison. Yeah. Would have been nice. If I was older, it would have been different, but I was just a kid. And I watched that shit repeatedly. The one thing it did do for me, though, see, I hate when people say, oh, he was abused, that's why he's an abuser. Fuck that. I'll tell you right now what became of him. Because I don't talk about him no more after this. Yeah. I decided as a kid I would never hit a woman. Never, and I never did. I hit a couple of women, but they hit me first. And I didn't beat on them. I just gave them a quick smack like, what are you, fucking stupid? So, yeah. John. Okay, after him and my mom, which, did I even get to they split up? I didn't even get to that yet. But eventually, they break up. He ends up, here's the thing I hated about him. He always wanted to see me. And I talk about that in the book a little bit. And he treated my brother like shit, who was his legitimate son. And even when he used to call the house, I put this in the book too. He ended up marrying another woman, and he used to beat on her. And how I know that is because we saw him up until we were about 8 years old, 7 or 8. And we went there, and she had a wedding ring, and it was all broken and smashed, and she had a black eye. So we knew what happened. There was no question about it. So, and he ended up living. He doesn't talk to anybody in his family. None of them speak to him. I think he's still alive. I don't know. I stopped trying to be involved with him years and years and years and years ago. Ever since I became a teenager. I mean, like 16. My brother was 11, 10. He stopped talking to me. He stopped completely talking. 8, maybe even at 8 years old, he stopped talking to my brother. So, fuck him. A lot of people got whacked there, yes. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one guy I knew. He lived on the corner. I lived on Bay 29th and Bath Avenue. He lived on the corner of Bay 29th and Cropsey Avenue, which was right down the block from my house. Look up Tommy, Tommy, Karate. Just like, yeah, Tommy Karate. Matter of fact, one night, I was coming out of the park. Must have been 15 or 16. This ain't in the... And Tommy was coming out of his apartment building he lived in. And there were 3 guys in the park. And as I was leaving, Tommy asked me who they were. And I told him, I don't know who the fuck they are. I never seen them before. They didn't say nothing to me. And he says to me, come with me. And we walk into the park. Once you realize who Tommy Karate is, you'll realize why this was a bad situation. Yes, Frank, we know that. I broke into homes in Staten Island. That's where I got in trouble. It's when all the shit started to go downhill. Anyway, we go into the park, and he says to them, "Who are you?" And they all got like defensive and like, "Who the fuck are you?" He told them, "Listen to me. Don't make me kill you right here in the park." Who the fuck are you in my park? And I just stood there. I didn't say a fucking word. I was 16. He got to be in his mid-20s at the time. And I knew of him and who he was and what he was capable of. So I didn't say a fucking word. And those three kids, they didn't say... once he, like, propped himself up and, like, told them, "I'll fucking kill you," they said their names, their addresses, where they were from, and what they were doing in the park. I walked away from that situation going, damn, I'm glad this guy's on my side. Stolen cars. Or a bus. Depending on how I felt, but when I was going to do thievery, I stole cars. I'd look for somebody to leave their keys in the ignition or, something similar. That was my best way to get there. Because you want to get out of there quick. So, yeah. I tell you, I robbed over 100 houses in Brooklyn. Never got caught. I went to Staten Island. 3 times I tried. And I ended up getting in trouble for all 3 of them. No Jersey. Nope. The only thing I ever been in trouble for in Jersey is I got arrested at Newark Airport in 2000 for a gun at the airport. RD, what up, RD? How are you, dude? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, that's the only time in Jersey, and I spent, I did 30 days in, 28 days in Newark County Jail. And I got out, and then I was on the run for 7 years. I almost did, RZA. I've been shot at by a police officer that I hit with a hammer. That comes later. I've been shot at by, me and my friend Billy one night, I don't have this in the book either. We had a stolen van, and we tried to rob a car in Sheepshead Bay. No, not in Sheepshead Bay. Sorry, that's one, Bay Ridge. Right by the water. 93rd Street, I think, 92nd Street we were on, and 3rd Avenue, 4th Avenue. 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were huffing glue. I don't know if you know what that is, but we used to take the glue, put it in the bag, and we were huffing glue, and we were in this van, and we tried to rob a car, and we were making so much fucking noise. Guy came out of his house and just started popping shots at us. And then the cops came, and we ended up getting away. We got lucky. But yeah, I should have been, I had guns put to my head twice. Once on 5th Avenue and 40th when I was going to cop downtown Brooklyn when I was going to cop Angel Dust. Another time in Staten Island when I was going to cop crack. In my mid-30s, early 30s, I'm going to say. I'd have to go through the stories and remember when it was, but somewhere around there. Three guys tried to rob me, came up from behind me, put a gun to my head. Guy in 5th Avenue did the same thing. I walked in the doors, I was going to walk up the stairs, he put a gun to the back of my head. But I was different. I didn't hesitate. Both times I just spun, grabbed the arm, grabbed the gun, started fighting with them. The one guy on 5th Avenue, I took the gun and I pistol whipped him with it, went upstairs, copped my shit, and left. The kids in Staten Island, I rolled on the floor with one of the kids. I finally get the gun away from him, and it was a fucking BB gun. In Staten Island, yes. In Brooklyn, no. Staten Island, it was three black guys, and in Brooklyn, it was a white kid who was probably a junkie hanging in the hallway trying to rob people who were going to cop. Pretty much. That was in the one in Bay Ridge had to be 1984, maybe 83, somewhere around there. And the other one was in like I said, I think it was late 90s. My kids must have been about 8, so it had to be around 99, 2000, somewhere in there. Those are just some of the things that went on with me. As you, most of the guys that follow me know, I had some crazy shit that happens, and I'll get back into it with the book. But these are things that aren't even in the book. Like I told you, Frank, there's a ton of shit, ton of stories, ton of things that happen that aren't in the book. That if I want to expand it, I can make it probably 1,000 pages. If I included talking about everybody else, and really gave you in depth on my cousin Bo and Neil and no, RZA, I don't talk to him no more. I turned him away. I do that. I agree, Frank. I agree 1,000%. This is the main thing right now. The best thing I could do, not really a falling out. We did fall out, but we're okay now. We're just, we're on two different levels. That's the only way I could put it. We're in two different hemispheres. The stuff he's basically does and is into, I did 40 years ago. More, 45 years ago. So, I tried to explain that to him. He understood. So we're good. We're not mad at each other or anything. We just, you meet people, you move on with life sometimes. He should be going back to Maine soon, hopefully for him. I think the longer he stays here, the more chance there is he's going to get in trouble. So, I wish him the best. God bless. I don't wish no harm on nobody no more. Yeah, you see, the part that a lot of people don't get is from day one when I met him, and throughout the course of our friendship, I told him. He kept asking me, "Oh, you're not gonna be my friend." I just told him, "Dude, I'll be your friend until the day you do something or something happens that makes you not my friend, and I'll just walk away." I've walked away from so many people in my life because, especially as I got older, because as you get older, you realize, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. If I'm not happy, why would I want to be around? Why would anybody else want to be around me if you're not happy around me? It doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So, life's too short to waste. That's the same thing on here. Like you guys, don't get rid of him. Life's too short to have people arguing on here and talking about other people and dropping docs in people's addresses. And this. Life's too short for that shit. My drama days are over. When you grow up, you realize that. It took me 50 years to realize, shit, I'm almost done here. Fucking time is gone. And I've been miserable most of my life. What the fuck is wrong with me? Am I that dumb? And I realized, no, I'm not that fucking dumb. And I'm trying to get that message out to everybody else out there. Life is too short. No reason to be miserable. I was miserable for so long. Nah, can't do it anymore. Thank you, Frank. I just try to be real, man. My life, like I say all the time, my life experiences can help anyone. I don't care how old you are. And I'm trying. All right, guys, it's 3 o'clock. 4 minutes. 3:05. What the? Oh, okay. That's all right. 4 minutes, I'm going to call it a day because I got to put this stuff away and get ready to go play. Hopefully it don't rain. Take my grandson out for a while. So maybe I'll be back tonight. It all depends on. I get tired. We'll see how bored I am later. If I do come back on, guys, try to come up with something we could talk about. You know what I'm saying? I get bored even sitting here. Hey, how you doing, YBX podcast? Yo, YBX, don't miss. Go back and watch the chapters, man. And then, if you really got a good podcast, you're going to want to call me and get me on your podcast. Because I'm a story. You get me on a podcast, forget about it. Pickleball, yeah. We got to go get the rackets. We got, right by where we live, I got pickleball courts, basketball courts, volleyball courts. Anything you can think of is over here, right? It's beautiful. So we go out, we play handball. Sounds good. Sounds good. It's not on now, but tomorrow if you come in, YBX podcast, 2:00, and you want to call, and or you want to talk to me online, the number is that's the number. I can't help you. Come in tomorrow. I'll give you the number because it's somewhere in my fucking paperwork. Anybody remember what the number is? Not that it works. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Hey, Willie, how are you? You're just a bit late, buddy. I'm going to be shutting it down in about 3 seconds. Good to see you, though. Good afternoon. I'm going well. Hope you are, too. I got to try to get on. I'm going to come on tonight, definitely. So anybody who's interested, I'll be back on about, I figure he'll go to bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30 for about an hour. Maybe more. I got a couple of dollars. I might even try to go bowling or something tonight. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. You guys all have a good day. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. Anybody who does, pass the word along. Hopefully we get new people in here and we can have better conversations. Not better. More conversations, I should say. You guys are great. Love you guys. Talk to you later.